Hey, what's up, everybody? Clay here. I'm going to do a shave tonight that is a film shave challenge from a shaver who has just joined a Facebook group that I'm in by the name of Lauren Dupree. She is a lady shaver, which is very cool, and she also happens to be the wife of my friend Molecular Jeff of Molecular Shave. And so, in order to participate in this challenge, we are trying to pick a soap scent that is somehow reminiscent of a movie that we love. So I thought about this for a while, and what I came up with is the movie Memphis Belle. This movie came out in 1990. It's inspired by the true story of a World War II bomber plane called the Memphis Belle. And it flew, I think, 25 successful bombing missions, if I'm not mistaken. Very cool movie. I was 12 years old when this came out. I remember it very clearly. 12-year-old boy doesn't like war movies and stuff like that. Had a lot of really cool actors in it. Matthew Modine, Harry Connick Jr., and a couple more that just escaped me at the moment. But if you haven't seen the movie, I recommend you go check it out. It's a cool movie. The story is very cool that it's based on a true story, and I remember this movie vividly because I've talked about how I take care of my grandmother. Well, my grandmother raised me, and we watched this movie together in the theater, and then again, we loved it so much and enjoyed it so much that we ended up buying it on VHS when it was released. And back then, movies didn't release to VHS until a year later after they had left the theater. So and back then movies stayed in the theater for 6 months. So a year and a half after this movie came out, we went and bought it, found it on VHS, and had it in our collection. In fact, I think I still have the VHS in my bedroom here at my grandma's house if I go dig around. But it's a great movie. And since it's based on World War II fighter or pilots and air crewmen, tonight what I've chosen as my scent is John Frum by Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. So John Frum, if you don't know about John Frum is based on the phenomena of cargo cults, which popped up during and after World War II, from the Pacific Islanders, where we would drop supplies to them, and they started to think of this as gifts from the gods or something, so they started to worship these pilots that would drop these supplies, and it became like a cult, and it's a real thing. You can look it up. I'm not super dialed in on all the details. I have read some of the saga on the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements website, so I recommend, if you're interested, go to their website, phoenixshaving.com, and go to the John Frum page, and you'll see the saga that Douglas has written in regards to this whole soap and its story. It's very cool. So the scent of this one it's light, fresh, clean, with a white musk. So you might think, I'm not into musky scents. That's just not my thing. I recommend grabbing a sample for 99 cents of this scent. It's very, very good. It's not like a heavy animalic musk. It's a light musk. It's still fresh, still clean. This is like an all-season scent. You can use it anytime, any time of the year. It's not just a seasonal thing where it fits the summer or the winter or the fall or spring. You can use this anytime. To me, it's a fantastic scent. I really enjoy it. This is the CK6 formula. I do have the matching splash, of course. I don't have the star jelly or anything else that goes with this set yet. I will probably be getting it eventually because I like the scent that much. But I have my unscented star jelly ready to go. Tonight the brush I'm using is the Peregrino by PAA. So this is a really cool retro shade brush design. The Roswell Gray Knot. Performs really good, super soft, enough backbone to really, work up a good lather. My razor, the Ascension Select, loaded that up with a Rapira Platinum Luxe blade, and we're going to get to work. So I hope everyone's been having a good week so far. I know it's just kind of getting started. As I film this, it's Tuesday night. So when you watch this, it'll be Wednesday, hump day, middle of the week. So you've made it halfway through the week. You're on the top of the hill, ready to descend towards the weekend. So I hope that the first half of your week has gone well. And mine so far has been, it's good. I mean, I can't complain too much. I will say that of course, there's always worse things that could be going on in life than what I'm dealing with now. But it's not easy, and I miss my wife. I miss being home at my house, even though I've done my best to bring as much of my stuff to this house and make myself comfortable here. I miss my family, my animals, or my family. I don't have children, but I do have a lot of animals, and I miss them, and I'm not afraid to say that my grandma was watching some, kind of a semi-cheesy, Homeward Bound type movie tonight. I don't even know what it was called. Featured some dog that had been separated from his owner, and she's trying to find her way home, and I don't know, man. I had to leave the room. If I just, started welling up, about broke down in tears, because I miss my animals. I miss my dogs. I miss cuddling with my dogs. I miss, spooning my wife at night. I miss all that stuff. So I just got super emotional. But things could always be worse, right? So today I went in for some blood work because I have a doctor's appointment next week, and we're going to check on my triglyceride levels, and I've had high blood pressure problems. I have lost some weight, but I'm trying to lose some more. We'll see how all that goes. I'm laying down the end of my ice tube. I pulled it out of the tube because waste not, want not. So, got this brush loaded up. I'm going to build a lather. I got 48 hours of growth, so we'll be taking that down tonight. Lots of water because I put down a thick, generous layer of ice tube, which is the same as the ice cube, just in a tube form. So I have an ice cube on deck that I will be using as soon as I finish up this little chunk of the tube that I have left. I bought a tube first because I wanted to try the mentholated ice cube before, but without committing to the whole size cube in case I just didn't like it or it was too much menthol. I didn't used to like menthol very much, but the hot weather came and I started using it, and it kind of grew on me, and so now I'm a fan of the menthol, and I think I've kind of become addicted. A little bit of a mint head, as they say. I might pick up the chill mill here pretty soon, so I can add menthol to whatever soap I feel like adding it to, in case I want that extra icy chill. So that was kind of what my day was like. It was fine, but got a little emotional this evening. Worked myself through that. Basically didn't do too much today other than take care of the ladies and try and get a little extra rest. I've only been getting about, I think my fitness tracker said I've been averaging like 5 hours a night, which might be plenty of sleep for some guys, but for me that's barely functional level. I can do that for a little bit, but after an extended period of time it starts to really weigh on me, and I just get to where I have a hard time thinking straight and focusing and, you know, maintaining my temper, and might account for why I was feeling a little emotional. You know, lack of sleep will do that to you. You start to have a hard time with emotions, and you know, you'll be quick to anger or quick to get upset and stuff like that. Of course, I'm not saying any of this because I want anybody to feel sorry for me. You know, like I've said, life could be a lot worse. I've got a roof over my head. You know, I woke up this morning, my eyes opened up, the sun was shining, Earth's still spinning around the sun, got food in the fridge. So, you know, all in all, I try to count my blessings, and I look at this opportunity that I have here, you know, and without getting too preachy, I'm a God-fearing man. I'm a Christian, and I believe that I'm here because I'm here doing this for my grandmother, because this is what God wants me to do. He's given me the opportunity to spend these years with my grandmother, you know, because she won't live forever, as much as I hate to admit it. She's 92. It's a long life already. I went too heavy right here. Opened up a weeper already, and see, this is where I had those weepers the other night from my other shave too. So, and this is a blade that I really like. I gotta move really slow on this neck area. It's just really prone to easily being opened up. I don't know if it's just I don't know what it is, odd growth pattern, or what, but it's very susceptible to irritation and getting those weepers on it. Sorry, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm kind of cutting myself off of the camera angle here. Alright, that's one good first pass. Unfortunate that, but it is what it is. I'm not an expert at this or anything. I've picked up quite a bit of info. My technique has gotten a lot better than when I first started wet shaving. But I only started wet shaving with safety razors. Well, I mean, I bought my first safety razor, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, I think it's about 3 years ago. But it was a cheap Vanderhagen from Target, and then I knew nothing about this community or shave soaps or any of that, so I started trying to use it with I think some Gillette gel or something, and I used the Vanderhagen blades, which since then I've figured out are not very good, at least not for me. So I kind of used it a few times, put it down, went back to carts, and I didn't really get back into wet shaving until I think October or November of last year, 2020. So what does that make it, like 8 or 9 months, something like that I've been wet shaving. And not every shave goes perfectly. Sometimes it's flawless and easy and super smooth, no blood or nothing. Other times it's a little rougher and you have issues. So hopefully the rest of the shave I don't have any issues, but just gonna go very light pressure. I'm not gonna apply a lot of pressure to the razor, let the razor do the work. I'd rather do more passes, very light pressure, than less passes with heavy pressure and end up with blood. So and it might just be that last shave was so rough in that spot because I did have some blood, and after I got off camera and then went back and looked in the mirror, I realized that even after that application of alum, they had kind of decided that they were going to leak some more, and I had to come back and reapply alum a second time to get them to stop and close up. So it opened up right in that same spot again. So it might just be that they were bad enough that they just even though they didn't look too bad tonight before I started shaving, that area was still sensitive and only had a very thin layer of healed skin over it where it had opened up, so it was easily opened again. So we're just going to go real light, real easy right here, and hopefully we don't see any additional blood. It didn't hurt per se. I didn't really have like a lot of like razor burns or anything. The next day, you couldn't really see where they had been, but I took a day off just because I know my skin and I know how easily irritated it can be on the neck, and I just wanted to give it extra time to heal. So this area of my neck is very sensitive. And I just gotta say how much I love John Frum. This is a fantastic scent. Very much reminds me, it makes me think of you know, what those guys probably smelled like. It just smells like it's an old school kind of a scent. And you know, to me, it's not like grandpa-ish. It's just an old school type of a scent. I could imagine those World War II guys, those pilots in their bomber jackets, the crewmen in their bomber jackets, you know, getting on the plane, like when they go on leave or have some time to themselves and they shave and throw on some aftershave, maybe go spend some time on leave. You know, they want to smell nice, they throw on some of this. It's a very manly, nostalgic type of a scent. Really enjoy it. I know John Frum has quite a few fans. People have really enjoyed this scent, and it took me a while to get this set. I haven't had it all that long. I think this is only the second or third time I used it, but I am a fan of this scent. I really like it. It's in my top 10 PAA scents for sure. Alright, let's work this area right here. I always have trouble getting BBS here without doing like this crisscross pattern. So, up at an angle, down at an angle. That's much better. One thing I really love about the Ascension double open comb razors is that it leaves the channels in the razor leave the, you know, that residual slickness in place. See, I got a little weeper there, a couple of them. All right, not too bad. It's nice and smooth. And these weepers are much less problematic than the last ones. In fact, you can see these ones have pretty much stopped already just from rubbing over them a few times. All right. We'll clean up under the jawline because that's always an area that I go to rinse and I always feel that stubble there. It drives me crazy. All right, I think that's pretty much it. That's a good shave. So yeah, that's a good shave. So do a quick rinse. I'm going to slide this alum across this little area since this one still wants to kind of weep a little. Very little sting, to be honest. That didn't, I barely felt that. So it wasn't really bad. We'll wipe that off. You can see a little redness here. This is my area that's easily razor burned, but you know, I'm pretty happy with that. It's not bad. So, you know, not a perfect shave, but a good shave, and smooth BBS, which is good. And you know, I don't count that as a perfect shave because there was blood, any kind of blood, and I'm like, well, you know, could have been better, but not bad. Star Jelly, unscented, feels great. Has a, you know, about the only thing you smell with the unscented one is just that real light menthol that it has in it. But it's very lightly mentholated, and in an hour or two this won't be red anymore because the Star Jelly is so good. So I look forward to seeing what everybody comes up with for this movie, this Filmshave challenge. So for me, again, it was Memphis Belle using John Frum from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Great scent. We're going to put on some of this splash and we're going to call it a day. Oh, man, that's good stuff. Oh, that's a great scent. Yeah, if you haven't tried John Frum, you're missing out. So I've said it before, PAA offers samples of their aftershaves for 99 cents. You know, do yourself a favor and just go pick up a few, and you'll discover a lot of really cool scents that you'll want to pick up sets of. So that's it for me. Till next time, be well, be blessed, and be kind.